tea, get yourself comfy, because you're going to be in for a long one. Hello everybody, this is Zoe from No Safer Place, and today I'm going to be doing a video that I have been putting off for a very long time. This is my March book haul, and there are almost 60 books. I barely bought any of them. All of these were sent by lovely publishers, and I can't thank you enough because I am in book heaven. Now, there are some books I'm just going to show because there is no way that I can get through 60 books telling you about each and every one of them. And I've changed settings today because all of the books are in this pile down here, and there was no way I was carrying 60 books over to that desk. So let's get on with the video. I was invited to Hotkey Books Fantasy Feast, which was a banquet where Sebastian de Castell, Holly Black and Alexandra Christo were there, and it looked incredible, but unfortunately I wasn't well enough to get there and I wasn't expecting anything, and then this showed up. Full of books. So they sent me Spellslinger, Shadow Black and Charmcaster. I actually already had Spellslinger because I thought it looked amazing, so I am so excited to finally get round to reading these. Magic is a con game. Kellan is moments away from facing his first mage's duel and the start of 4 trials that will make him a spellcaster. There's just one problem. His magic is gone. As his 16th birthday approaches, Kellan falls back on his cunning until a daring stranger challenges him to take a different path. This sounds amazing and I'm so excited. They also sent me a copy of The Cruel Prince, which I now have 2 copies of because my mum kindly bought me a copy as part of my birthday present. So this one will probably be in a giveaway very soon. And they also sent me To Kill a Kingdom by Alexandra Christo, which I have heard so many fantastic things about, and I really want to try and get back into fantasy again because recently I've barely been reading it and I used to be absolutely in love with it, so I'll definitely be giving this a go. So thank you Hotkeys Books. Now, if you guys didn't know, I won the Goldsborough 12-month subscription, which is their book of the month sent me every month for a year, which was just the most amazing prize. And they have sent me some fantastic books, and because they forgot to send me February's, I got February and March's in March. So February's was The 7 Deaths of Evelyn Hardcastle, which is probably one of the most biggest books I have ever seen. I may give this one away because I don't think it's really my cup of tea, but I have seen a lot of my followers talking about it, so I'm sure that they would appreciate this hardback signed limited edition, first edition copy. They also sent me Folk by Zoe Gilbert. This has probably the most stunning cover I have ever seen in all my life. I mean, the first sentence in the blurb just completely captivates me. The remote island village of Nevernest is a world far from our time and place. Again, this is a signed first and limited edition, and I think I will be treasuring this one. Right, the next few I'm just going to blitz through because this is already 5 minutes and I've only done about 6 books. The Truth About Alice by Jennifer Matthew. Now, this is the same author that wrote Moxie from the Zavella Book Club last year, which I reviewed on my channel. It is absolutely fantastic. This is all about slut shaming, consent, rape, and how crappy school can really be. This is just like Moxie, but a lot more gritty and a little bit darker. This is a proof of I Have Lost My Way by Gail Forman. Gail Forman was also in the Zavella Book Club with her book I Was Here, which I absolutely adored. I haven't got around to reading this one yet, but they have sent me a proof and a finished copy, so that will possibly be in a giveaway soon as well. Bloomsbury sent me a copy of Skylarks by Karen Gregory. Karen Gregory is the author of Countless, which I absolutely loved and was in the No Safer Place book club. What I love about Skylarks is it's a female and female relationship, which there is definitely not enough of in YA. As you can see, I am currently reading this at the moment and really enjoying it. HQ sent me Paris by the Book by Liam Callanan. They sent me a little Eiffel Tower and some chocolates with this as well, which was just amazing, so thank you so much. Harper sent me Always Forever Maybe, and this absolutely gorgeous bookmarks. Bookmarks for your bookmarks, Harper 360, because they're amazing. Team BKMRK sent me Midnight Sun by Trish Cook. I actually got invited to an advanced screening of this by them, but unfortunately I couldn't make it. This book very much sounds like Everything, so I'm definitely going to give this a go because that is one of my favourite books. Now, one of my friends, Rebecca, sent me Simon vs. the Homo Sapiens Agenda by Becky Albertalli. Obviously, Love, Simon is a huge film at the moment, and I haven't seen it yet, but I did just finish the book. Please don't hate me, but I had very, very mixed opinions on this book. I didn't hate it, but I didn't love it. Obviously, the storyline is very, very important, but I just didn't really like Becky's writing style. I found it all a little bit cliched, but hey, we can't all like the same books, can we? And I'm very, very excited to see the film. Okay, so this is one that came in a book subscription box, which I absolutely adored. It's the Rosie Lee tea box, which is just £10 and comes with a little book and a big tea. And it is Brothers Grimm, The Robber Bridegroom. Now, these are only £1 and they're the little black classics, which are amazing. And I really, really wanted to give Snow White a go because I've never read the original. And I might pick up a few more of these little black classics because they're so, so cheap. I've already spoke about this one, but this is the final copy of I Have Lost My Way by Gail Forman. Abrams sent me The Girl with More Than One Heart by Laura Granger. I'm so bad with names, guys. If you've even watched one of my hauls, you will know that by now, so forgive me. There are times we all feel we need more than one heart to get through. When Brianna's father dies, she imagines she has a new heart growing inside her. It speaks to her in her dad's voice. Some of its commands are mysterious. I don't want to read the whole blurb, but this one sounds really, really interesting and I'm excited to give this one a go. The next one is Savage Island by Bryony Pierce, which I was sent by Stripes Books. I have done a full review on this book, so go and check it out. I don't feel like I need to speak about it. It is part of the Red Eye series. It's a horror and it is fantastic. Abrams Books also sent me Bookish Boyfriends by Tiffany Schmidt. I love this cover. It looks amazing. This is very, very high on my TBR because it looks right up my street. And with the name Bookish Boyfriends, I think every book lover can relate to that. This is my second copy of The Cruel Prince, which my mum got me this month. And I have the candle to go with it, so I'm so excited to get lighting that candle and reading this book. Chronicle Books sent me a copy of Tiny Infinities by J.R. Deal. This cover is so pretty. I don't really know much about this book, but it is probably one of the most pretty arcs I have ever received. I can't wait to read this one. Umami is a book that I got in another book subscription box. I'm not going to talk about it too much because I spoke about it all in that video, but this seems like a very diverse read. These are two of the books from my book subscription box. I don't need to talk about these in any more detail. I spoke about both of these a lot on my channel. I also got sent The Order of Nature by Josh Scheinert. There's a lot of hard names in this video. This is a couple about a gay romance set in Gambia. Gambia is a place in Africa that I visited when I was younger and I absolutely adored it there. It was one of my favourite holidays of all time and the setting is what drew me into this book when the author pitched their book to me and I absolutely can't wait to read this. These were actually sent to me a few weeks ago by S.M. Wilson, author of The Extinction Trials, The Last Magician by Lisa Maxwell, and Dark Matter by Blake Crouch. And she also sent me The Prince She Never Forgot by herself, which is just amazing. I am so excited to read a different book by her, and it is just a completely different genre to what I'm used to reading her books with. So I am very, very excited for this. The next one was sent by TBKMRK again. It is The Truth of Different Skies by Kate Ling. I think this is a book which involves space, which is a genre I haven't really explored yet, so I'm very, very excited for this one. The next one was sent by Walker Books, and it is The Wonder of Us by Kim Culbertson. Since Rhea moved away with her family to Berlin, she and Abby have struggled to be there for one another, and they haven't spoken in weeks. But Rhea is pretty sure she knows the perfect way to make things better. A grand tour of European cities, 2 weeks, 6 countries, unimaginable fun. Can the lush countrysides and dazzling cities of Europe fix their friendship, or does growing up mean growing apart? I love books on friendships, as you probably already know. I didn't really know too much about this one until I just read the synopsis, so now I can't wait to get reading. The next one was sent by Rock the Boat, and it is Obsidio by Amy Kaufman and Jay Kristoff. Now, I still haven't read the first two, but I do have them, and I have read part of it. And what I love about this series is how different it is. If I just open a random page, I mean, look at the layout. It looks incredible, and I really need to give this series a proper go. I got sent this one by Bloomsbury, and it is called All of This Is True by Ligia de Pennaflor. I'm just going to give up pronouncing names. I've just read the blurb of this and it sounds really, really interesting, about a group of friends that go and meet this author and they kind of get sucked into her world and they reveal their darkest secrets to her, and then the author's new novel comes out and they recognise the secrets. That sounds amazing. And look at this. How fantastic is that? I have never seen this before and I am very impressed. The next one was sent by Team BKMRK. It is The Colour of the Sun by David Ulland. A moving, funny, inspirational and magical novel from the best-selling author of Skellig. The day is long, the world is wide, you're young and free. Very excited for this one. The next one is Half a World Away by Sue Hassler. I was sent this by Don't Press. I am going to be on the blog tour for this very, very soon, so I don't want to talk about it too much, but it is historical and it is set in Berlin and it focuses heavily on music. The next one I got sent was The Girl in the Broken Mirror by Savita Kalan. Now I'm also on this blog tour very, very soon, so again I don't want to spoil too much about it, but I have heard lots of amazing things about this and I'm very, very excited for this one, so keep an eye out for that. The next 5 I already did a whole video on for World Book Day. It is An Abundance of Catherines, Gangster Rap, the Summoner series, The Novice, I Have No Secrets and Fly By Night. They are 5 amazing books and I've spoke more about them in a video back in March. Okay, so the next 5 are ones that I bought myself. I went into Waterstones when I was having my testing and I found some amazing books. Fate of Sorrow by Melinda Salisbury. She is the author of the Sin Eater's Daughter series, which I absolutely adored. This is another high fantasy series and I'm very excited for it. I also got Deception by Terry Terry. This is the sequel to Contagion, which I've spoke about a lot on my channel. This book blew my mind and I'm very excited for the sequel. I also got 2 new Holly Baum books, It Only Happens in the Movies and Am I Normal Yet? Holly is a real feminist author. I absolutely love the books that I've read so far and these ones have been spoke about so much, so very excited for them. The last one I bought was Gilded Cage by Vic James. Now Liv from That Fiction Life, who is one of my close friends, has spoke about this book so much that I felt like I had to buy it and read it on her behalf because I think she'd kill me otherwise. Again, this is a very high fantasy book. I feel like I know everything that already happens because she speaks about it so much, but excited to read this one. If you were playing a drinking game where you took a shot every time I said, I'm really going to enjoy this one, or I'm excited for this one in this video, you'd have been on the floor a long time ago. I got invited to the Anderson Press Book Bloggers Lunch. I couldn't make it because unfortunately it was my birthday that day and I'd already had plans, but they offered to send me the goodie bag with all the books, which was just amazing. So they sent me Rebound by Tom Alexander, The Lost Witch by Melvin Burgess, Mud by Emily Thomas, No Fixed Address by Susan Nilsson, and Little Liar by Julia Gray. The one I'm most excited about is The Lost Witch. I have heard amazing, amazing things about this and I cannot wait. If you've read any of these or are looking forward to any of these, let me know because I don't really know much about them and I'd love to know more. The next one was another birthday present. It is Undercover Princess by Connie Glynn, aka Nuderella. I have just finished this and it blew my mind. I absolutely adored it. It is about a girl that attends this prestigious school on a scholarship. She doesn't have much money. She's been desperate to get into this school for as long as she can remember. She gets accepted at the same time that a princess starts at the school. They don't know who the princess is, but they assume that it's Lottie Pumpkin. And she finds herself roomed with the real princess and things get very, very exciting. I adored this book. This is one of the most enjoyable books I've read. It was such a fast-paced read and I definitely recommend it. I also got sent the first 2 in the Songs About a Girl trilogy. So the first one is Songs About a Girl, the second one is Songs About Us, and the third is Songs About a Boy, which comes out later this year. These are by Chris Russell. I've been wanting to read them for so long, so I can't wait to get into them. Again, these are based heavily on music and we've all got to love a bit of YA music. Simon & Schuster also sent me a final copy of I Stop Somewhere by T.E. Carter. Again, I've spoke about this book to the death on my channel. I'm sure you don't need to know more about it. This is one of the most important books I've ever read and you need to read it. In Search Of by Ava Delaria. Now I know her book Love Letters to the Dead was praised by Emma Watson herself, so I'm sure this is going to be fantastic. So thank you Hotkey Books for this one. And lastly, this was sent by Scholastic. It is A Sky Painted Gold by Laura Wood. How beautiful is this proof? It comes out in July, and I mean there's no blurb so I don't really know much about it, but I have heard so many bloggers talking about this, so I'm excited for this one. Now I don't mean to sound rude, but I am so glad that's over. Let me know what books you received in March and what you've been enjoying reading at the moment. I would love to know in the comments below. I hope you all have enjoyed this video. Let me know what you would like to see more of on my channel, and I hope to see you all again soon. Thank you, bye!